I can't. Oh, I can't even say this stuff with a straight face. Anyway, welcome to how not to rebuild a set of heads. When you have a set of heads that came off of pretty much a junkyard motor that are no good, but they're less no good than the heads that were on the truck already. These came off of a 1989 Dodge Ram W250 with a 360 in it, 130,000 miles on it. The problem that we had was all the exhaust manifold bolts on the old heads in the engine, these are old as well, were broken off, and the bolts were buried deep inside the heads. We couldn't get them out. The old nut, welding a nut trick didn't work, so they came off. They have to be decked, and the bolts need to be extracted. It needs a valve job as well. These need the same, but all the bolts came out. That's the only saving grace of these, but they have a little bit of a gouge in the bottom of the one head. We sanded it down with a flat board, because that's how you do head work. You use a body sander and you sand the heads to get a good mating surface and not worry about the gouges in them. Anyway, now we're going to do valve guide seals on these, because if we have them off, and we want to make sure that we're going to make every attempt to at least have the thing start running, maybe last a month, I don't know, a week, I don't know. We're trying. So again, we go down and we buy the cheapest Harbor Freight valve spring compressor that we can get our hands on, which is this unit right here. And we utilize techniques which are not listed in any sort of a Chilton's manual. We make this stuff up as we go, and we buy all of our parts from Rock Auto, so that half are right, half are wrong. Let me give you a little before and after here. Here's an intake valve out of this 360 engine. Look at the carbon on this thing. Look at this. I mean, this is no good. I'm just gonna scrape some of the real loose stuff off of here. And these also had a parts wash and soak to kind of loosen some of this carbon up, but it's going to the dentist and getting your teeth scraped. All right, let me get that off of there. Let me wire wheel this real quick. Okay, so there's like 5 seconds with the wire wheel, and it actually looks like a valve again. Intake valve. Intake valve deposits. Remember them old commercials, the gas had detergents in them? I don't know what the hell Tide or Dawn dish soap does for this, but it doesn't do much. I don't think it did much to me. All right, intake valve back in. Crumple up the worst towel you can find with like sand and stuff on it. Wipe off the stem with the second dirtiest towel that you can find. Dig through your unorganized mess of parts over here. And again, squirt a little dielectric grease. Like I said, you won't have any corroded butt connectors in. 1 rib, 2 rib. Fully seated. She's down on there. And I mean, like, make sure you don't pick up an old one, and stick an old one on there, because you're not paying attention. And then jam these little keepers right down in there, so they grab in those little grooves on the top of the valve, just like so. There you go. So seat it and let the spring go back down. And that is how you incorrectly install valve guide seals and clean carbon off your valves. Apparently our dog is not liking the application of this. So thanks, Maggie, for your input, and you get credits now. Ready to go now. All the valves have been sent to the machine shop to get rid of the carbon, and they've all had 3 angle valve jobs. None of that's true. Anyhow, these will go back on there, hopefully with the low compression in the of 1989. We won't have any problems with the gouge in the other head. I think it's, let's see, where is it? It's not this head. It's actually this one here. Let's see here. Let's see if I can show it to you. Here we go. That right there, see that line? That comes, look, right out of the combustion chamber, see? And that little line goes right there, and there's another one right here. I think that's a coolant passage. I'm almost positive it is, and that's probably gonna leak. But what are you gonna do? Anyway, they need to be decked, and they need a valve job. They're not getting either of those 2 things. They're gonna go from here over to here, I'm going to take that auto body tool and we're going to machine and deck these heads with that flat disc, that board sander, and hope for the best. As you know, we got to do a little house cleaning here. This is not good. I probably should get a new water pump. Actually, I will get a new water pump. And I think I have the gaskets now. I got a master kit from Felpro. It's over here for Geely, and it came from Rock Auto, where all the parts are always wrong. But here's the master kit. So if I have the timing cover gasket, we'll redo that as well, because it's probably leaking. It is leaking, so we'll do that. And so there you go. That's how you rebuild your heads. And I'm not being silly, but you can really see there's a deep gouge here and here, and there's a gouge right there. I don't think with this engine's like 5-to-1 compression ratio plus the leaky rings, it's going to really be a big deal. But you probably shouldn't use these heads. They really should be decked. But on a serious note, who cares? So they're going to go back on the truck and they'll be okay. The other heads, which we took off, here's this motor. I'll show you what happened over here. So this lifter right here, as you can see, the little retainer, see that little wire retainer that keeps the top to tap it in? Well, that's not there. And if I can show you, Maggie said she's not liking any of this. She's not liking the rebuild the truck or anything. So here's over here. Let's look at this here. We go in here with the MagnaWatch. Oh, so that's the top of the lifter, and the push rod went down inside there, and oh, I saw it. Here's the push rod here. How's that looking? Let's see if it'll focus. It gnawed its way halfway through the push rod. There you go. That's a pretty good shot. So this engine here, which was ready to go. Oh, and by the way, how's this oil pan gasket doing? The gasket's inside the pan. Then we just fill the void from the blown out gasket with silicone. Fresh rebuild, apparently. Anyway, yeah, good running motor. Came out of a pickup. I don't know. A lot of Craigslist stuff going on here. Not good.